Welcome inside of season 3 premiere of Trash Chatter. I'm your host, Victoria Conway, pleased to be joined by the owner and founder of Sparkling Bins, John Conway. John, how are you?
I'm doing well, Victoria. Yourself?
Good, thank you. I know in today's episode, we're going to recap what a great year 2022 was. We're also going to preview some guests that we're going to be having on season 3, as well as some features that will be new to Sparkling Bin systems and clients. So, as we get into it, John, I want to start this episode by asking what were your overall takeaways from 2022 and where your team ended up after another year in business?
2022, we had a lot of challenges, as we've talked about in previous podcasts, and we all know the global supply chain issues continue. They're real. However, this year was our second highest sales in terms of number of rigs that we finished. We finished 121. Last year we did 80, and this year we had a lot more supply chain issues. So, hats off to my team. We did a lot of restructuring, which I talked about in the previous podcast, as far as everything's under one rooftop. No, it's a one-stop shop. So even with the global supply chain issues, like there was a point in time we couldn't get Honda engines for 5 months, but we're still able to come ahead by about 41 more builds this year versus last year.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a credit to our team and all of the work they put in, and also still staying positive throughout. It seemed like every other day there was another issue that arose, but that's a part of small business. So I'm glad that a lot of companies got their start. And now heading into 2023, what are some of the expectations you have for your team? And as we continue to take sales calls and continue to sell these systems to eager entrepreneurs?
Just going back to 2022 for a second, just kind of want to recap in my what I feel is a state of the industry, right? So I take a look at the number of businesses, and this is based on what I see posted on Facebook and under different forums. There is roughly about 200 new businesses that started this year. And when you take a look at, people are saying, well, all these trucks are up for sale or trailers for sale. When you take a look at first year clients that put their trucks or trailers for sale, it was about 10%. So 90% of first year clients succeeded. The 20 or so that sold their trucks, we tell clients this is not a get rich. You've heard it before. But yet still people think that in 2 or 3 months they're going to get, a ton of money and be able to come back and buy a second truck. So I think that the industry remains strong, although there are people that are selling their rigs for many different reasons. I believe that 2023 is going to be a phenomenal year based on, just the number of leads that we're taking, not, encompassing the other builders out there. We're averaging 200 leads a week, sometimes even more. That's well over last year. So in terms of the industry remains strong, I think that it's something that more and more people are finding out about it as people see trucks and trailers in their neighborhoods, and they want to start in this great emerging business. So I think that 2023 will be a record year for the entire industry, including Sparkling Bins.
So I know one of the philosophies that are very important to Sparkling Bins outside of our service is constantly finding ways to improve, which is why we're constantly thinking of different mechanisms on our systems, what spinning heads we use, different ways we go about cleaning to make it more efficient. So with spinning heads, John, is there anything you can share as to what's to come in 2023 in regards to the exact spinning heads that we're utilizing?
Yes, so we actually are currently using Belandi spinning heads. We have tried many other different types of heads from different manufacturers. Belandi has probably 15 types of heads. We've used about 3 or 4. And the last head that we were using, I was very happy with. But I went back to Belandi and said, I want something that's going to be proprietary to Sparkling Bins. And we came up with a head that is being tested right now. We're placing our first order probably in about a week from now. And that will be the only head we'll be offering. It's all stainless steel. It has high temp. It can handle temperature as high as 400 degrees. Not that you'll ever get there. But if your heater fails, the temperature will rise to 400 degrees. With these non high temp heads, your heads will get damaged. So it's going to be the only head that has a stainless steel diffuser. The O-rings and the seals are high temp, so it'll be a head that will be specific to sparkling bins. The model number is SB-HT-SS, which stands for Sparkling Bins High Temp Stainless Steel, and that will be the only head we'll be offering in the future.
Once again, here inside of the season 3 premiere of Trash Chatter, Victoria Conway alongside John Conway, owner of Sparkling Bins, just talking a little bit on the technical aspects of what to expect in 2023. But another area in which Sparkling Bins does put a lot of focus on is the turnkey elements that we offer outside of a website, a logo, the wrap, our support on the machine. What new features are going to be implemented as we head into 2023 in regards to the turnkey package?
Yes, so currently, as you know, our turnkey package includes a website, pick up the hosting fees for the first year. We graphic design, logo creation, we wrap your truck and trailer, spare parts. There's a lot of things that go into the turnkey package. So now we're looking at adding more so that there's more value to a client when they buy from the sparkling bin. So we're going to be implementing soon a service called MSA, which stands for My Service Area. And the founder and owner, Chris Gentry, will be on an upcoming episode to talk about MSA. MSA will be exclusive to Sparkling Bins clients, and it's something that basically, in a nutshell, it will, once you have set up your parameters within your website, if someone tries to sign up that's not in your area, it will not allow them to do that. In today's world, before that, you would have 10, 12 clients signing up outside of your service zone and then having to give money back to clients and the transactional fees from the bank, the time and effort. So MSA will be a game changer. It's something that I actually looked at it yesterday for the first time. We've been live now for a month. And it also tells you how many clients try to log in and sign up for services outside of your area. Right? That's the key, number one. However, I was looking at expanding south more towards the Keys. And as I'm looking at all these clients with these red dots showing that they're out of our service area, my whole my whole thinking of going south changed to, guess what? I'm going up north now, because that's where we had 25 people in the last 30 days tried to sign up, and that was outside of our service area but it's within 2 miles of an area we cover right now. So MSA is a really powerful tool that will help you in terms of saving time, money, but also giving you the opportunity to see what areas you want to expand upon in terms of future growth.
It's very exciting. I know you were really happy after you watched the demo, so that's another element to the turnkey package that will be offered. There's another thing that's very important to clients, and that is acquiring reviews from different people. And a lot of philosophies as to how to get people to leave reviews, but I know one that we've just started utilizing recently has completely blown our 5-star reviews out of the water. And that's something else we're looking to implement as well in 2023.
Nice Job is a company that we have partnered with. Again, they are only going to offer this to Sparkling Bins clients. We started with them 3 weeks ago. We have received 100 reviews in 3 weeks, and it's all automated. So basically, there's a Zoom call. They set you up through online. It'll automatically extract the data from your routing software, whether you're using MRP, whether you're using Java or Service Autopilot. It will automatically extract data from there and send it out. Send the client a text message asking them for a review. So it's very user friendly. But the nice thing about it is that once you set it up with them, it's basically transparent to you. It pulls from your routing software. Once the review comes in, you can feed those reviews to Facebook automatically or feed them directly to your website. So I was blown away that in 3 weeks we received 100 new reviews on the service side of Sparkling Bin. So that will be something that will be incorporated in the near future for all new clients as part of our turnkey package.
Very exciting as we continue to dive into the new year. With this new season of Trash Chatter, we're also going to have new guests on. I mean, our existing guest, they've been awesome. We were just recapping the other day. Mark, who's our producer here at Podcast Architects, we have had 20 episodes already filmed getting into season 3. We want to diversify some of our guests. So Chris Gentry, who's from my service area, who is one of the people you were just talking about, he'll be an upcoming guest. We're also going to have representatives from Nice Job, and we're also going to have people that we've been working with at Shield National on the insurance side, and maybe just talk a little bit about how we found them and what they've been able to develop for our clients to try to make the process of getting insurance a smoother one.
I think that going back to the first couple of, I guess, 20 episodes of the podcast, I think we've had one podcast that we had with Mark Terry, who's a patent and trademark attorney. So we want to basically continue to have podcasts with clients that are in the business for 6 months, maybe 8 years, 10 years. But we want to start to offer more value, and that is by bringing on guest speakers such as Mark Terry, Chris to talk about my service area. We'll have the owners and CEO of Nice Job talking about reputation management and the importance behind that. We're also going to have Doug from National Shield basically talk about the right insurance. They are our vendor of choice when it comes to insurance, and they know how to write the policy the right way, and their turnaround time is pretty quickly. So we want to make sure that we're being able to offer more value to our clients. And I know that when I first started, it took me, God knows, 6 months to find the right routing software, website, and all the stuff that we have now included in our turnkey package.
No, absolutely. And I know our clients appreciate it. We give them a checklist that streamlines the process, and it allows it to be a smoother start because it's obviously nerve-wracking when you're investing into a small business. So one more question for you, John, before we wrap up season 3 premiere of Trash Chatter. What's some advice you'd give to somebody? I know it always changes and some of it can be repetitive, but for somebody who's in the new year, maybe looking to get into the entrepreneurial spirit and they find trash bin cleaning, what advice would you give them before making that decision?
Yeah, so that's a question that I think you've asked before. I think you asked every guest speaker as well in terms of their expectations, and I continue to tell you that, and I'll say this because I still see it happening, right? So we are, and I continue to focus on making sure that my sales team is as transparent as possible. You're not going to make 6 figures the first year in this business, and I tell clients that expect at least 2 years you may get to a break-even point, and you have to have money in terms of cash flow to advertise. And I still see people after 6 months calling and saying this is not working. And my question is, well, how much have you spent on advertising? Well, I spent $5,000 and I'm doing this part time. So even though we try to be as transparent as possible, people still leave here or leave that conversation thinking that this is going to be a home run. It will be eventually. There's a reason why we have 100 plus clients with multiple rigs in God knows how many states we have right now. So it's keeping it real, making sure that you prepare yourself as your truck and trailer is being built. Prepare yourself, start to advertise. There's no reason why you can't have 50, 75 clients lined up before you do that. I can't tell you how many people have come in for training and have said to me, I've not started advertising, even though we really tell them from day one on the onboarding call that happens within the first 2 weeks of us receiving a deposit is to start advertising. Don't wait for your truck or your trailer. You're wasting time. So, it's just keep it real. Understand that if you stick to the plan and focus on an area of 10 to 15,000 homes, I keep telling people all the time. And, all too often I'll talk to someone who says, this is not working well. What areas you're covering? Well, I'm covering the entire county, of 80,000 homes. You're not going to scale that way. Every time I go into a, let's say, an expansion area, I'll focus on 10,000 homes for the first year. And I'll be in those, I'll have my driver in those 10,000 homes, that area, 4 to 5 times a month. And based on my results, you typically pick up about 8 to 10% of those clients. That's almost 1,000 clients. So you got to keep your routes tight. Give it more than 6 months. Expect to maybe turn a profit in 2 years. Some clients have done it sooner than that, but just stick to the plan. It's a great business. It's exploding. 2023 is going to be phenomenal. Super excited about what's ahead of us.
Once again, owner of Sparkling Bins, John Conway, thank you so much for joining us on Season 3 premiere of Trash Chatter. Looking forward to having you back for the Season 4 premiere.
Thanks, Victoria. Appreciate it.
Once again, check out Trash Chatter wherever you get your podcasts, Spotify, Apple Music. You can check us out on YouTube as well. We release 2 episodes a month every other Monday. Thank you for tuning in.